Hello again, friends. Okay, today I'm going a little nuts with this crafting business here. I just have all of these random things that I wanted to make something with. So I don't know, I kind of started tearing this off, but the rest won't come off. It's like really difficult to get off. But it's a levometer thing, and I got this a couple of years ago, I think at like Dollar Tree, and it had all of these sections and then like this gold arrow that screws in right here. So I'm gonna use this and I'm gonna basically do the same thing with it, but I printed out different things to put on it, but I'm gonna paint it and everything first, then attach that to that, and then fill this whole thing with like flowers and things. That's the idea. We'll see how well that works. So I'm just gonna get right into it because I have a feeling this is gonna take a minute. So this right here is getting painted, and I'm gonna paint it yellow. These are the flowers I'm using. So they got purples, creams, whites, yellows, all that stuff. So that's what we're going with today. Gonna do yellow. Alright, just gonna paint this up. I did sand it so that the this that's still on here is flush with what I was able to rip off. So besides, either way, I'm not going to worry about it because, again, that just adds to distressing for me. I don't know why I came up with this idea. I've had this thing for like 2 years, something like that. I've had it for a while. So I am going to do this. It is going to get distressed. You knew that already. It's safe to say that you can assume that everything I make is going to be distressed. Just assume it, because it's probably the case. Okay, it is going to need a second coat, which, by the way, are the sayings that were already on here. I just thought they were cool, so I went ahead and printed more out. I can relate to a couple of them. So that's done. Now I need to do these, and I'm thinking I'm just going to go purple with it. I have like a lavender color in chalk paint. I don't know if it's the right purple. I feel like it's not. I don't think that's the right purple. Let me look. No, there's definitely more lavender. Let's see what else I have here. Could just go like gray. Alright, gray would work. Looks like I don't really have much else for a purple. I could make it. But do I really want to? I kinda don't. So we're gonna do this part gray. And I actually want to attach this first before painting it. Alright. So what I am gonna do is I'm gonna add some E6000 to this and then screw it in. Just for some added measures of security. Alright, so let's see if the glue gun is dripping. I don't know if it's ready though. Yeah, I think it's enough just to get it stuck so that I can screw this in. Looks about even. Alright, so now I can come in here and screw it in from the bottom. Okay, so now I'm going to paint this whole base gray. Okay, so as I was painting this, I decided that I'm going to do a crackle finish on just this bottom part. You are going to see it, this front part. It won't be completely covered with flowers, so I thought it would be nice to just do a nice crackle finish on it. Okay, so now I'm going to get the Mod Podge and put a nice coat of that on here. I'm going to go over it with Ivory Ivory chalk paint. This is from Waverly. Pretty much every paint I use almost is from Waverly. I just really like chalk paint. Alright, so I'm just going to put a nice coat on here. You don't want it too thick, but you also don't want it too thin. You just want a nice coat. Doing this finish is always a little nerve-wracking for me because you just never know if it's going to work. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I've had it work, I've had it not work. So, trying to move a little quickly here because I got to get the paint on here before this dries. Some people let it dry or dry it partially. I don't. I just go for it. Alright, so now we're going to go in with the Waverly Ivory chalk paint. And you're going to do just long, even strokes. You don't want to mix it in. If you mix it in with the glue, it ends up not working. So I'm going to just mess with it a very small amount. I'm going to come across here. I like to just do long strokes if I can. And I'm not worried about getting a full coverage. You can already start seeing it a little bit here. So I'm going to get the blow dryer and help it along, and then I'll do the sides. See it? See, how cool is that? Right before your eyes. Okay, so I'm going to go in and do these sides as well. Same process. Coat of glue, and you can use school glue for this. I just don't have any, so I'm just using my Mod Podge. Every time I go to the store I think I gotta get some, and I always forget. Probably should put it on my list, right? It might help. Who needs a list? I'm just kidding, I love lists. I don't love lists on my phone though. I'll do it, but I'm more of old school, like pen and paper type person. Okay, I am like frustrated right now. I could have swore I hit play on my camera and I don't think I did, so you guys missed what I just did. So I cut these out. Well, I didn't cut them out. I did the water technique where you put the water around the paper and then just tear it around. It gives you the jagged edge, and then I just Mod Podged it onto this part. I'm glad I didn't go too far without realizing that. Right now I'm putting some antique wax over it because it was just regular copy paper, printer paper, so it was white. So I sealed it first so that when I put the antique wax over it, it doesn't completely soak in the paper and make it too dark to read. So that's where we're at right now. Now I am going around all of these pieces of paper, basically the words, and I'm distressing the edges of it. And I'm actually going to get one of these, see if that helps. Goes quicker. No, this one's too hard. I have some softer ones, like this one. Maybe that'll work. That's better. And I just I like to define these. I've seen a lot of people try to hide them, and that's fine too. That's something that depends on the project. But in most cases, I like to define where the paper's ripped. I like to make it look like it's on purpose, because it is on purpose. It's part of the distressing for me. The layers, guys. I'm going to say that in every video. I got to make sure I say that word. Layers matter. They matter, I tell you. I just think that looks so cool. Come on. That looks so cool. This thing was pink before. If I can find a picture of it, I will. I'll show you. Because I had started ripping the top paper off before I turned the camera on, so I don't have it on the video, but I bet you I could find a picture of it online. So I'm also going to go in here with a little bit of black, and I'm probably, I don't know, no, I'm going to have to use the black ink by Waverly. Okay, so black is, well, black, and we don't want to go crazy with it, so I'm going to go ahead and use it sparingly on here. So when I use the black, well, any dark color really, I use it sparingly and with a pretty dry brush. So this is more of a primitive look, which I've loved for quite a long time, like since my 20s. I've loved this look. So if you don't like the darker look, I kind of get this to look like that, kind of like that rubbed look. If you don't like this look, by all means, you can still do this type of project, but use whatever you want. Use the colors you want. Don't distress it if you don't want to. I say this in every video, really. It's personal preference. This is my personal preference. It's what I make. It's what I sell. It's just what I prefer. So I'm going to go around this little hole right here because that is the screw hole for the arrow. And we know that that stuff usually has marks around it, unlike antiques. So very dry brush, just kind of going over the middle part, just to give it a little bit more distress. So that part's done. So now it's really a matter of connecting everything. It's just assembling it all. Gotta clean my mess up here. So I've got these two hearts, and I'll paint those after. I'll just make sure that that's what I want to do. And then this is going to go here. So it's going to be attached like that. Because I am going to be doing the flowers in front. And it doesn't matter that there's space under here. It's all going to be covered. I thought about doing moss. I don't know if I want to do that. So I'm just going to mess with stuff. I'm going to put greenery in here, and there are these pretty flowers that came with it. Can do it so that it comes up over the back of it. Because I was going to do it like this. But if I put anything in front, you're not going to see it. But I could put flowers along the back here. Like this. Getting a new idea. And having this here helps these be high enough to see. And I don't know, what could I do for the front here? Leave it? Should I just leave it? And this is going to go back on here. It's gold. I'm going to leave it gold, but I'm going to distress it a little bit. What do we think, guys? Should we do that? Should we add it to the back? I had these purple flowers for a while and I wanted to use them, but now I'm second guessing if those are what I want to use. Let's see what else we got here. We got mauve colors. This is like a peachy color. Got the brown still. I have more sunflowers, but I just did sunflowers yesterday. I got roses. Could do the peach with the ivory, and then these things. That would be pretty. Maybe we'll do that, and I'll hold off on the purple. I feel like, I don't know. I don't normally do purple, so I'm gonna have to find some inspiration or something. But that's okay. We're entitled to change our minds, right? And then I'm gonna go with some greenery as well. I'll go with that one this time. Alright guys, so I have my last piece actually. I gotta get more of this. This is that floral foam. Words are hard today. And I'm gonna attach it. It's like almost perfect fit right here. I'm gonna attach it to that. And that way I have something to poke these flowers into and keep them straight. So, it's kind of crazy. I just completely changed my entire plan. So let's get this hooked up first. Just gonna use hot glue. It works pretty good on this stuff. Alright. Let's put that in here. There we go. And then this has to get attached to here. which is the back part and the bottom. So again, no wood glue, so E6000 and hot glue will have to do. I wear my mask now for this stuff because it's toxic. I didn't realize how bad this stuff is for you. Alright. It's going to go on here and then on the bottom part. And I'm going to do hot glue as well. For those of you that are new, the E6000 is a permanent hold, and the hot glue just holds it there until it's cured. I'm going to place this. There we go. Looks pretty even. So what I'm going to do real quick actually is wherever I put that, here it is. I'm going to distress this real quick and put it back on. I should have done it before I glued it on, and I completely forgot. But we'll make it work. I might have to just add some glue to this. It's a screw, and it will screw in, but I can't turn it. So I might just be able to push this in. It's such a tiny screw that it's... I know I had a little screwdriver, I just don't know where it is. So if I hold it and do this, it looks like I can get that in there. Yeah, look at that. So you can set this wherever you want. Alright, so let's go ahead and start putting in all of our greenery and flowers. I'm going to cut them a little bit long at first until I know how high I want them to go. Alright, and then I have these, but I'm going to wait on these and see if I want to put them in. So let's start just poking these things through here. Go over here. In the middle. Add some flowers. Add some more flowers. Yeah, so already I can see some of these are going to need to be cut down. So these can go in the sides of this as well. Yeah, that's better. I also have the white ones. Alright, so I'm not wanting this to be like huge. I don't want that at all, actually. So I'm really kind of just... I don't want it to all be one length, but I also don't want them sticking up all over the place. So this one I'm gonna cut down shorter. It's a little bit, it's in the front, so I want it a little bit smaller. There we go. So I'm gonna end up using every single flower I have to fill this up. And then whatever's left, I'll use moss to cover in the back. Not really gonna see the back, so it's not that big of a deal. It's looking pretty. So now the dilemma is, do I use these? And I kind of want to. So I am gonna cut it off. It's a little thicker. These ones I definitely got at Michael's. Too tall. You could probably... That's pretty. Oh, I like those. I just grabbed them because they were a little bit different. So let's go with this one. This might be too tall. Yep, a little too tall. There we go. And then there's one more on this that I can put right sort of here in the middle. I'm going to go a little bit shorter with it. To put right there. Oh, this is pretty, guys. This is really pretty. I know I got to show you sideways, but look. Isn't that pretty? I really like that. I don't know, guys. I'm loving it. I am loving it. I do have some baby's breath. Do I want to go in with that? I don't know. Let's see if it's too much. Let me take a piece off of here and put it in there. I don't think it's too much. What do you guys think? It's right here. I think it's pretty. So the thing I need to do though is these are like stark white, and none of this stuff is white. So let's distress them before we're putting them in, right? I'm just putting a little bit on there. You can still see the white, it's just not as prominent. And I'm just gonna kind of put them in randomly. Like that. Oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful! I love it, I love it, I love it so much. Alright, I'm just taking these pieces that, you know, you cut other flowers off of to put these on. Distress, and then add it in. And I already told you guys, for those of you that are new, I'm very much a person who likes symmetry. I like things to be equal on both sides. At least the weight has to be equal on both sides. So, yeah. Kind of bothers me if it isn't. And that's just how I am. Some people are like that, some people don't care. What do we think, guys? Do we like it? Do we like it? I like it. I think it looks really cool. That about putting like a piece of twine or something here? I don't know. I might just leave it. But this one up here, what I'm gonna do is actually it's just like this middle one is tall. So I'm gonna cut this down that it's on. Put it back on and see if it brings it down a little bit. This one that's coming through the back here. There. That's looking good. Okay, so I am going to put some moss on here. I'm going to save my leaves. And this is just going to be because you can see the back here. I'm just doing this so that it covers that. You don't see it. I'm not worried about this because that's actually done nice. It's just more of covering the florist foam. So again, for me, this isn't a huge deal. I don't really care what the back looks like. But because I sell my stuff, someone else might. We're gonna put that on. Finger guard. I have burnt myself doing this way too many times. Alright, so that covers that. Okay guys, I think that's it. I hope you like it. Sorry if you can't see it fully, it's kind of a big piece here. So, as always, if you are not already subscribed, please do. And if you're not already following on Facebook, please do. Gets me out there in that algorithm, guys. And the more I get out there, the more people see my creations, and the more I can create. Alright, so you guys have a fantastic night, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.